Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Human Impact Theory. I am your host, Jacqueline Way, founder of 365 Give. I am so happy you're here with me today, and welcome to my home. As we wrap up another year, it's a perfect time to really take some time to reflect and set the stage for a fresh start. Today, we're not going to talk about New Year's resolutions. We know that a lot of these often fade and they come and go as fast as we set them. Instead, I'm here to talk to you about setting a clear intention to create your happiest year yet. With intentional practices, we're going to set for the new year. And that practice actually is going to begin with you. This past year has been a journey for me. It's been shifting and approaching my own daily routines. I'm just like you. I juggle being a parent. I have three very busy boys. I run a charity, 365 Give, and I'm really trying to make an impact on the world. For the longest time, I put myself at the bottom of my own priority list, which led me to what I can only describe as giving burnout. You might understand this. I felt unappreciated, overwhelmed, completely drained, and even angry at times. I really saw this showing up in my life again and again. I felt like everyone wanted a piece of me, and I didn't have anything else to give. But this year, I made a significant change, and I want to share that shift with you because it's not just about giving to others, it's about giving back to ourselves first. Science tells us that taking care of ourselves is actually the best way to continue to giving to everyone else around us and the world. We have actually created something just for you to help you develop your own self-care practice. We're going to get into it in just a minute, but I really want you to understand why giving back to yourself needs to come first. We're going to dive into the science of self-care and the impact giving has on you. I'm going to walk you through what to expect from the workbook, what we've created, and we're going to discuss simple yet powerful practices to set you on the right path for this year. This is about creating a life where you thrive, making you the best giver you can be by taking care of yourself first. Let's start with the science of giving and what we know. Giving back to others actually increases our dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and our endorphins. This is like the perfect chemical cocktail our bodies naturally produce when we give. It makes us feel happy, motivated, rewarded, and loved. Science calls it the helper's high. But what most people don't realize is you get the same effect when you give to yourself, plus a little more. Let's add what research tells us to self care. Studies tell us that self care practices like meditation, proper sleep, physical exercise, eating well can boost our immune system. It reduces our stress hormone, cortisol. And this means that when we take care of ourselves, we're less likely to get sick. We're more likely to maintain our energy levels. Remember that burnout I talked about? And now let's add these two things together. What science tells us about giving meets the science of self care. Now you're happier, healthier, less stressed, and more energetic. How is this sounding? Is this good? Well, it only gets better. Let's talk about why we say a daily practice. This is the next part. Daily practices of giving and self-care, they accrue cumulative benefits, kind of like a savings bank account that grows with daily interest. The more you invest in giving, both to yourself and to others, the greater returns on happiness, health, and overall well-being. For instance, if you regularly exercise, not only are you strengthening your body, but it also stimulates neurogenesis, or the creation of new brain cells, especially in areas of the brain like memory and cognition. Similarly, making daily giving a habit enriches your mental state. You become more productive, creative, emotionally resilient. This positivity radiates outwards, influencing everyone around you. Imagine what will happen to your home. Imagine how you'll affect everybody at work. Happiness is contagious. The happier you are, the more it spreads, enhancing the well being of both yourselves and others. This creates a cycle where everyone has the capacity to give and receive, and everyone cares more. Now, not only does this impact you, but it really creates happiness more in your entire life. Now, Now we understand the powerful connection between self-care and giving. Let's talk about why we've created the workbook and how it can be literally a transformative tool for you. The act of first sitting down with a workbook to work on yourself is your first self-care practice. It gives you time for you. You're setting aside time to enhance your well-being and your own happiness. This is your first self-care practice. It will provide a unique opportunity for reflection and awareness of your own life. It's about taking the time to really think about how you're caring for yourself on a daily basis. What makes this workbook different is that we're not going to prescribe what you should be doing. Instead, it's a guide that's going to be initiated and created by your own practices based on your own life and what self care means to you personally. For some, like me, in the early days of motherhood, self care was honestly having time for a shower once a week. Well, now my children have grown, they're a little more independent. My self care routines have evolved. Now I have time for a meditation in the morning. I can go for a workout. In the evenings, I go for a walk. Or now, actually, I can wear some clothes other than yoga pants and a tracksuit. Your life is unique, and your self care needs to reflect that. It could be as simple as stopping to take a few breaths at your desk every day. These moments, no matter how small, are acts of kindness and giving to yourself. They're vital to maintain your well being so that you can continue to give to others without burning out. I know I keep saying this, but I really want you to understand how important this is. The workbook is structured around 6 very key questions, and they're designed so that you explore and establish these self care practices for yourself. These questions prompt you to reflect on what activities you may already be doing, what feels regenerative for you, and what you might be currently missing as well, and how we can start to add different routines and habits into your life every day. The 6 simple questions are going to, first of all, identify what works for you already. We're going to reflect on the past year. We're actually going to use your phone, it could be an iPad or even your computer, to help with this reflection. I want you to go back through past photos of the year. What made you feel good? Where you saw you took the time? Was it a holiday, watching a sunset, spending time with your children, gardening out in your garden? We're going to take a look at those. What music do you love? What makes you dance and sing? We're going to take a look at some of these areas, and you're going to start to create a list of what you're already doing in your life. Then we're going to reflect on missed opportunities. We're going to take some time to really go, what could I add? What are the things that I missed? What are the regrets that I had to say, oh, I wish I had done this? We're going to start adding some of those practices, and they're going to be our new practices. We have some ideas for you that you can add as well, but I really want you to build in some new practices that maybe you missed out on this past year and how it's going to enhance your well being and your happiness for this year. We're going to create and have for you a daily implementation. You're going to create a list of just 3 to 5 things you're going to do every day. You can repeat them every day again and again. It doesn't have to be different every day. It can be the same practices every day until your brain just starts doing them automatically. Most importantly, we're going to track and celebrate your progress. This one's a big one. You really need to take that time to go, yes, I did it. I took care of myself. I took a shower. I did my meditation. I practiced gratitude. I went for a walk. I sat at my desk and I did some stretches. Whatever they think these things are going to be for you, we have to recognize them. It's like a reward to ourselves. And most of all, we need to adjust and evolve over the course of the year. And our workbook is going to take you through every stage. By engaging deeply with these questions, you'll create a personalized plan that fits your current lifestyle, but also adapts to the evolving year. Nothing ever stays the same, and we need to change with our lives. Our self care practices need to grow with us, enabling us to thrive in every stage of our life. And as we wrap up this episode today, I want to leave you with a fundamental truth. Giving to yourself is the single most important thing you can do to make a positive impact in the world. Yeah, you heard me right. We can make a difference when we're actually pouring from a full cup of our life, not an empty one. You've probably heard this analogy before, but I want to remind you of it. When you get on an airplane and they go through the emergency processes on a plane, the first thing they say is put your own oxygen mask on first before you start helping others. Well, this principle is vital to your own life as well. Start by recognizing the moments you already care for yourself even the simplest acts, and then consciously choose more every day. It could be as simple as opening the fridge and choosing something healthy to eat rather than not. Think of it like an athlete. An athlete improves with repetition and daily practice. The same goes for self care. Every time you choose to nurture yourself, not only are you enhancing your mental and physical health, but you're also increasing your overall well being and happiness. And this is how we're going to create our happiest year yet together. We are here for it all every step of the way. If you have any questions, just reach out. Share this journey with your friends and family. Better yet, do it together as a group. You're going to find that everyone has different ideas and you can support each other over the course of the year. It's a great time to bond and really make some connections that are going to last throughout the whole year for you. Now, most of all, if you appreciate the work that we do, we ask you to subscribe and to like. Remember, 365 Give is a charity, and your support enables us to continue to help you and make a difference in the world. So go ahead this year, have an amazing 2025 because you're choosing to create it and you deserve it. The link is in the comments below. We're going to be able to download that guide. It's going to take you to our website. You can download it, you can share it, just send it out to everybody. But most of all, thank you for tuning in, having the time with me. And most of all, I wish you and your loved ones a wonderful, happy new year. We love you.